Welcome to the Out There channel, live stream 274. I will be with you in a minute after the intro. Hopefully the mic and headset's gonna work. Strange gremlins we have. The men in black, or the woman in black. Or Microsoft in black. I wonder how many people will get a notification that I started at a strange time. Yes, I thought I'd do one now. It suits more the UK people this time rather than Americans. And Aussie and New Zealand, of course. I'm not sure if Charles is out there. Hopefully he gets some notifications. This is the time I like doing it normally, but having to do unsocial hours to make it time zone friendly for most people out there. We're in the basement. Powering up. Hello. Hello. Good to be back. I'll be back. Hopefully. So just let's have some fun. No trolling, no self-advertising, no hardcore swearing, and if you're going to swear, just misspell it. Some people get offended out there. I just think it makes it better if you act more mature without the swearing. Looks like it's all up and running. How's it sounding out there? The audio can be crazy at times. The mixer can corrupt, as you know, make little crackly sounds. So until they fix that bug, if ever, we have to work with what we got. We need the mixer, unfortunately. So yeah. Mr. Plex, thanks for joining, and Shelley, I saw you on Discord just before. I think Susan might be watching her TV shows or Netflix. And she probably, must be like 1 o'clock in the morning over there or something ridiculous, is it? USA. The world is crazy at the moment. Seems to get more crazy as the time goes on. Right. So yeah, just midweek catch up on UFO vids. Let's see where we go. I haven't really planned anything. I just thought I'll just do one spare the moment. Good, thanks. Let us know the audio is good. I thought maybe it's not his real name, but the Americans call him Jamel, would be joining us tonight because it's in the friendly time. He's the only Kiwi that seems to join us here. And hopefully, I've put out a reach again to Corey if he wants to come on and tell his experience story. I'm willing to do that tonight as well. If anyone wants to come on that hasn't told a story, paranormal, or about the UFO encounters or whatever, is welcome to come on, as long as they behave themselves, to talk about this experience. Here we want to talk about serious stuff. Yeah. So I suppose that's it. I suppose we better begin. Let me just bring up the folders. I've been sleeping so much, it's just been driving me crazy. I didn't wake up to 4 p.m. today. Mind you, I didn't go to bed to 5:30 a.m., but still, that's a long time sleeping. So there's the folder up for the video snaps. So yeah, first news. If you haven't been following the court database on Tyler Klockner, he's possibly back in jail. It's a bit hard to understand, but it's been updated again today. The ticket, as they call it, or the doc. And you can see here, was sentenced to 3 days jail, but today it's been updated saying he's been given 3 days credit because he's already spent 3 days in jail. So whether he's in jail or not, I don't know. But yeah, he's been fined. And the domestic one, he got they reduced the charge from domestic to what was it? Social disruption, or whatever you want to call it. Can't remember what the word is for it. But you can go and look it up in the court database. I've shown you how to do that in previous live show. What was it, June one? The previous June one I did. There you can look up and see what the tickets say. So yeah, looks like he's got off lightly with the last 2 charges. But I think if he offends again, I think the judge will probably put that 3 months on him. That's suspended at the moment. So he better be on good behaviour from now on, I'd say. Or move states. Because it seems if you move out of state, you can just carry on creating other crimes in other places in America, and it's not counted. Strange system. But in New Zealand, no matter where you go, even if you fly off to Australia, they'll come and get you. Bounty hunters or whatever. They get you at the airport mainly. So yeah. So his next court case is for payment. What was it called now? Apparently he's not been paying his fines. So he's going to court for bad debt. What's it called? Pay plan? What they call it in that state. It seems to have different names every state. But anyway. So whether he comes online this weekend with a new video or starts posting on Twitter, we have to see what happens next, I guess. So I did copy and paste some of that info to my Twitter page. I'll post the link to it there. But still, you best go and check on the database itself if you're interested. Tyler Secureteam court update. So apparently he pleaded not guilty to the domestic one, and it says there they reduced to a lesser charge for some reason. Maybe it was going to be more beneficial for him. The lawyers are really good nowadays, aren't they? They can get people out of things. So it says here, finding not guilty, original charge was entered into this manner. Whatever that means. Defendant was sentenced on 06/22. Fine imposed an amount. Defendant's sentence was 3 days jail. So, and it sounds like he may even got out of that. But yeah, if only they knew what a hoaxer and scammer he was online, they'll probably stick him in jail for at least a couple of years. What's that about German? What German? I don't know what you're talking about on the side. Yeah, I'm going to talk about them next. Third phase of the moon. And they just keep putting up bullshit, as you say. They all need to be rounded up and stuck in prison. They're all a bunch of bloody criminals, I tell you. So on to the next piece of BS. We've talked about it on Discord already, some of it, but it's best to put it into a video so more people hear about it. So on to third phase now. We got it big time. Did NASA just film UFOs in a laser battle? You know it's going to be BS just by the clickbait title, right? And let's see, they've got 80,000 views there. Let's just reload that, just see if it's updated. What's it now? 90,000 views almost. So that's a nice, if you'd put 3 ads in that, times it by 3, makes it what? 300,000 views. Halve it for ad block. That's about $150 US in the pocket for ad money. That's sort of how you work it out for ballpark. It gives you an idea. Not bad for more BS. I'll be making probably 5 pennies from it or 10 pennies from it tonight. Renee has joined us. What are you up to, Renee? You like the emojis worse than Shelley. I don't think we've got any mods in the house. I will promote you going to moderator, Shelley. But I wish you had a new device. There you go. Plex, I can give you moderators rights as well. There you go. And that means you can post links as well now. Allows you to post URLs. So I can trust you guys now, I think. Don't break my trust. It's very hard to gain trust, especially in ufology. It's very easy to lose it. And especially with me. Anyway, let's just carry on with this video and have a little chuckle.
Third phase of moon.
Welcome back, Blake Cousins here, Third Phase of Moon. We've got incredible videos from around the world. Do you want to see flying saucers? Well, we got them. But before we get to that, we have a video that was spotted via the ISS. A Facebook member known as Deborah Rokes said she woke up in the morning and saw this streaming live on the ISS live cam feed. And when she was looking at it, she was amazed on what she saw. Let me tell you, we're looking at it right now, getting a closer look. This isn't a CGI trick or anything. This is coming in from the ISS, captured a few days ago. What does it look like to you guys when I'm looking at this? And we're going to be looking at this.
So when he said that, what do you think it is? I looked at it and thought, is it outspace or is it reflection in the cabin window? That's my first thinking as a critical mind, and I tried to see wherever it looked a wee bit faded in and out, so it's a bit hard to tell. It's not the best quality pictures. Does look like there's something at this end here and there's something at this end here. This, I suppose they're saying that's a UFO and that's a UFO. Fine, laser beam each other in absolute parallel space, which is just absolutely ridiculous. If you're doing a space battle, right, they'd be moving around and the laser beams would be going all over the place like a disco joint, right? So you know it's going to be BS straight away with the same. So I thought, could it also be like a computer screensaver that's reflecting off one of the windows that's being captured. You know how you got the time thing where it goes across, keeps pulsating across and across while you're waiting for something to load on a computer. That was my thoughts at first, but I thought, well, first of all, we need to find out if it's in space or go from there. It could be simply just a experiment that they're filming out in vacuum of space. So let's just carry on
closely this evening, along with other videos captured around the world. But right now, does this look like a space war to you?
No.
Whatever these things are, it seems that they're shooting at each other with plasmic type ray guns.
See how
or laser. I'm not sure.
Faded out it is here. It kind of looks like a reflection, you know, almost.
This is strictly science fiction, but now we're looking at it and it's science fact. What the heck is going on, Brent? You're joining us right now. I'm kind of speechless right now, looking at this, trying to figure out, wrapping my brain
Blake,
around
if only
this
you were
video
speechless.
from the ISS.
When Ronald Reagan mentioned the Star Wars program back in the early 80s, Blake, I think this is exactly what we're looking at, and it's been around for decades. What we're seeing is, in my opinion, showcasing from NASA, they made a mistake. What we're looking at is a UFO that can't be identified, except, wow, the technology we're seeing is incredible. You see kind of two ports of spaceships, one to the left and to the right, and they seem to be interacting with each other with a light show of some sort.
Ridiculous, isn't
Light
it?
show or
It looks like a
basically
lightsaber. Come
disintegration
on.
tactics. Let's just run the audio a little bit. This is what we captured from NASA themselves as this went down.
Yes, it's not illuminated. And now turning back on. Correct.
Turning back on. There's a clue.
I have the readiness LED illuminated. Copy that.
LED
Let us
illuminated.
work for about 5 minutes and see what sounds you hear. 5 minutes from now or from the start. Okay, let's say 5 minutes from now. Okay, it works.
We're looking at this, and definitely it looks like a battle going on in outer space. And some people might say
these
this is
guys
old
should be
footage.
locked
It looks
up.
vintage, but no. We have the original link. This was captured 3 days ago, June 17th, 2020. And right now we're looking at it very closely. I want to get your thoughts, guys. What do you think is going on? Is there a battle between two ships? In the audio you just heard, you heard the lady say extermination or elimination of the object, whatever that meant. And almost she said fire, and then there's a foreign language that I'm trying to figure out. But
cursor in the bean there,
we're
isn't he?
unaware that this was actually being recorded and going live on the feed on the ISS.
Oh no, NASA stuffed up. I don't think so somehow. So what's the people down the side reckon is on his comments? Translating from Russian and speaking for the guys. Plasma beam particle weapon. Which is correct. It's plasma experiment. Okay. Great window reflection. So he was a bit suspect that it was a window reflection. But if you look and listen to the chat, obviously it sounds like an experiment that's being taken place. No offense to me, it looks like a laser show being reflected in a mirror. So he reckons it looks a wee bit faded out too. But you got to remember they're filming through probably 3 or 4 layers of glass on the capsule. The camera will be inside. And the module will be out in deep space, well, outside in a vacuum. So no one's actually posted anything to NASA here. I suppose to delete those comments that have actually the truth in it. But yeah, it's when I saw this one come up, I thought, oh no, I just can't be bothered looking at it. But I knew it was going to go viral. So anyway, just close that one down now. So first of all, we always look on UFO interest because he just has a lot of people that are into NASA stuff. And it saves you a bit of time researching it. According to some hoax promoters, YouTube channel Third Phase of the Moon, NASA filmed a UFO in a laser battle. So funny. Here's the explanation. And there's this a YouTube video to it. So I think Plex sent it to me as well. But it's a fairly long video. Don't be UFO fooled. Part 11, is it? 21. XX1. UFOs and International Space Station and laser battle. Has he actually got any other links here? Let's have a quick look. Credits of video, NASA. About the experiment. There you go. He's got some paperwork here. But we'll just have a quick watch of some of his video here, and I'll post a link to it. He's not got any talking on it, has he? I don't really like videos that don't have any talking. I know I used to do some 3-minute ones, but that's okay. 3 minutes you can get away with it, I suppose. But even then I still added some voice chat on some of the ones I did. I'm not too sure what the ThinkPad thing is all about. Is that what the filming or what? I'm not sure what that part of it is about. That could be explained why it's a bit washed out. They're filming a laptop screen, are they? Did they use Windows XP there? Did I notice? Yeah, I'm not too sure what that's about. Obviously it's setting up the experiment. And the video camera going to the screen, is it? So what does it say here? The battle was watched on a computer, here we go, by Anatolian Ivanshin, obviously a Russian, because I can't say his name, in the comfort of the Columbus module. So I guess that's a particular module on the International Space Station. So that explains why it looks a bit wishy-washy and some reflections, because you're getting reflection off the laptop screen. Okay, it makes more sense now. Now you got the whole edge of the computer showing up, right? If anyone has doubts about the data, what's happened there? About the date, just because they were using XP. Yeah, I did question that. I'm not sure if I can actually see that. Let's have a look. 2020, does it say? It's pretty out of focus, yeah. Yeah, not the best. And it's also on the NASA page, obviously. I suppose this is best viewed on a 50-inch screen, right? So zoom in there a bit quick. Lots of reading. Yeah, zoom into it, mate. No point in highlighting it. I wish people would do it my way, eh? Had some time for a trio of Russian experiments as he photographed the Earth. Okay. Studying plasma crystals. What would that be? Let's see if it matches the videos. Just a fast search would be the plasma crystal 4 experiment. Paper with data about plasma crystal 4. Influence of dust particles. What's it say? You need to get rid of that banner, mate, so we can read it. It won't let us read it. No. Might better stop it. Come on. No, he puts it up. Influence of dust particles on the neon spectral line intensifies at the uniform positive column of DC discharge at the space apparatus. I know that Plex, you posted something that summarized it up pretty good at the end there on Discord. Maybe I can find it. What did you say it was? Again, where did you post it? Did you put it in my room? Let's have a look. Shelley's posted something there about experiences coming on to talk. Often people say they're going to come on to talk but never show up in the end, which is a bit unfortunate because I think people heal or get it out the system if they talk about it. Yeah, I can't remember seeing where it was. Was it in Vetten? The end paragraph summed it up pretty good, I thought. Looks like I might have to pass on it. I can't find the link. Let's see, here it was. Oh right, I found it, I think. Kostomork Alexander Kafostov will be carrying out a new series of experiments with the PK4 laser crystal laboratory under the direction of scientists from the German Aerospace Center. Skip that part. We'll record how microparticles move through a neon plasma and microgravity, forming structures and thus providing insights into the basic physical processes, whatever that means. Forming structures. So is it talking about how it heats it up and then the dust particles form into blobs? So I just wonder where this research is going to, though. Is it like creating like a shield in front of spaceships, maybe? Heating the dust particles as it's coming towards it. But wouldn't that form into bigger blobs in space, which then hits the ship even harder? Really, you want to repel the dust particles, you know, like you do with electrostatic, wouldn't you? So what else would it be for? Destroying meteorites or small meteorites coming close to Earth, maybe? I thought maybe it would be an experiment to shoot a beam from the moon to Mars or somewhere like that, or orbiting station like International Space Station as a way of communicating over long distances. When you think about it, you ever thought about that the thing that was blinking in space? What was it called now? What's the name of it? where they said they were building around the outside of it to collect all the energy. It would make perfect sense to block off the sun's light and use it like Morse code over great distances in space. If you could transmit information via using light, that in itself is like a laser beam in a sense. So it'd be a great way to communicate over great distances, even though it would be like very slow and tedious. You could even go over light years doing that, couldn't you? So yeah, it just makes you wonder if we're sending out radio signals when the aliens are actually communicating using light, or some other particles like gamma radiation even, who knows. So yeah, this clearly says this experiment going on. And we probably don't need to pay much more of that. This experiment has applications in medicine. Okay, so this is the reason, is it? There are the battlefields and containing particles are analyzed. So what's the point of the experiment exactly? Plasma medicine. How space science improves patient care. Are we back? I just noticed. How long were we down for? Connection was lost. How long was I down? Yeah, I just posted a comment. But live was broken. Why? Anyway, if I go again, just use the tag of my name and puts orange up. Probably can't type that up. So if you want to get hold of me, just put the @ symbol and the out there channel and say you've dropped off or whatever, because I don't always watch the first screen because I'm too busy looking at a video here and explain it. So I was down, I just finished up too. It's kind of strange. Yeah, and they were saying, I'm not sure if you got the part, but they were actually doing the research for medical reasons, maybe to make smaller particles in space for medicines. I don't know what exactly it's all about, but it kind of makes sense. So yeah, we go on to the next video, I guess, and see if it drops off again. That is really weird. Is the sound alright? Testing. Sounds alright this end. I'll just do a check. This is disappointing. I had a problem. Okay, I just want to check that's working. Sounds like it.
All right, this is kind of breaking news going on in Panama, and it is our pleasure to share it with you. We've got multiple videos, multiple eyewitnesses in regards to this anomaly, this craft captured in broad daylight in Panama. Now, let me tell you, earlier this morning when I woke up, I got this connection from Facebook from Raymond Kubia, and basically he stated and introduced himself as the head of MUFON, the president of the region of MUFON in Panama, and he says that we're allowed to share this video with you, and that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be sharing multiple eyewitnesses.
Come on, you can share any MUFON thing that's on their database. It's public.
She is a lady, and she did a very good job at capturing whatever this is. Marina put this up.
So you can just see it's just gone down on a vertical, well, parallel, vertical coming down, descending straight to the shoreline. You can see it there.
Uguya, I'm probably butchering her name.
And it looks like a person right next to it there.
But Marina, appreciate you capturing this. Now,
and they cut it, but yeah, they do some more close-ups.
We're adding a little bit of brightness, contrast, and a close-up of whatever.
So, do you think that's going to be a UFO craft, guys? I'll be interested to know if anyone out there thinks it's definitely a UAP. Yeah, I thought I'd do a midweek one for New Zealand, Australian, European and UK people more. I know the rest of America will probably be in bed, unless they're night owls. But that's okay. I didn't expect many people to be watching it, but I said I'd be doing a midweek one. So this is it. So to me, as soon as I saw that, and it's descending on a diagonal line going downwards to the beach shore, straight away I thought fishing balloon. So we'll look at fishing balloons in a minute.
This is Brent. This is our first video tonight. Wrap your head around this.
Yeah, we're just getting started, guys. Thumbs up if you're enjoying this. I sure am. And what we're looking at is multiple cases of people that were on the ground at Panama City Father's Day, and they saw this. And what they said, Marina said that this came from the sky, out of the clouds, and then descended right there as we're seeing it right now. Whatever this thing is, it's huge. And there's more to this. We even have more video of other.
You can see it's two-colored balloon, and it's got like a square bit around the middle of it there.
Of what you see in the sky, but what we're looking at here is clearly unidentified.
So we're seeing it from the top.
Something out of a sci-fi movie.
Blake Cousins is out of a sci-fi movie. I'd like to see an alien eat Blake Cousins and Brent. Oh, that would be a really good movie. Right.
Again, here's pretty much the raw video, and we have multiple angles of this object. But again, we're looking at it. I slowed it down just so we could make out exactly, if we can make out.
Don't
exactly
zoom and enhance it, whatever you do.
What do you guys think in the chat right now, in this live premiere, and in the comments coming up? I want to hear them below.
Why is it being filmed in black and white? It was a bit suspicious as well, don't you think?
Possibly be some kind of maybe, as people might speculate that this is a metallic flying saucer in the sky, broad daylight. A lot of people witness this, and that's what's amazing to me. Brett, do you have the second video? Let's.
Yep, just about to pull it up, and you guys are gonna like.
Oh, there's a second part to it, isn't there?
Showcases that this is not.
You can see it's got some color there. The trees are sort of green.
Weird. Let's pull up the second.
Guess what? My mouse has just died on me. Hang on, I'll just change the battery. Yeah, so this is another one, is it? Whereabouts from the bridge?
Alright, this is the second sighting, which basically states it and reveals that the first sighting is legit. But if you notice,
of course it is.
We're looking at this, it's pretty much real time. This is breaking news coming out of Panama of some kind of emission, a dark cloud coming from this object in the sky. Brent, what do you make of this? We're going to get a closer look. Do you notice that?
Yeah, you see it kind of just oozing out the backside of it. And with the brightness contrast that we're pulling up right now, it's definitely relevant. You see it. It's something that's spewing out of this. It looks like it's
Could it be helium gas?
shooting out smoke, like almost a diesel machine on the black smoke that's coming out. But do UFOs use this kind of technology? I don't think so. Take a look at that as it enters Panama City.
Yeah, here's more of the extended version. We're getting this in real time.
So, yeah, I thought it might be a fishing kite, but it's possible it could be a RC-controlled balloon. We've looked at those before. So let's just have a look over some images. Charles, where has he gone? Ken, I can make you a moderator too. You guys can all help out, depending who's on. There you go, you all got nice blue names now. So basically you can actually help patrol the bad people on the side, or if they put a swear word in and show their comments. And normally Susan is about helping, but I think she's sleeping. So yeah, we're going to look at remote controlled balloons. Let's see what we get. I know we got the flying shark. Yep, the flying shark. And what's that one? Emo, is it? Not what's that one called on the movie? Okay, what's this one? Looks like a regular balloon. A bunch of balloons. Something under a balloon anyway. So are we looking at something like that? And if it's petrol motor on it rather than battery, because the bigger balloon you'll be able to hold more battery weight, so why would you want a petrol one on it? It's a good question. Maybe because batteries start failing when they get high up and get cold. Maybe. Well, a petrol motor will always keep on going. So it's kind of like a little toy or ad balloon. World's smallest remote controlled blimp. Doesn't really look like a blimp. Oh, here's a big one. Look at that one. Remote controlled, not so miniature hot air balloon. How about that? They could fire up a little motor, the gas jet underneath it, and control it. Seems like an expensive toy if it goes wrong. So I didn't even know they had that one. So this is why we find out stuff when we do live debunks. But I'm not seeing that particular one we just looked at, so I don't think it is one of them, unless it's a self-made one, which is possible. What's that one there? Remote control, shark toys, air swimming. That doesn't look like that looks like a jumbo jet though. Oh yeah, so let's just change this a bit and look at fishing balloons. They're normally a standard shape. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Here we go. Fishing balloons. Oh, look at this guy. Self-made fishing balloons. None of those ones so far. So they're using it on top of the water. I'm looking for the ones that float above so they can get the line out. They've got a certain name for them. Probably. What probably need to change some of the words. Helium, maybe. That cuts out those ones that float on the water. Hopefully. Well, there's one straight away. That one's got a two-tone colour on it. One looks like a weather balloon. Normally they're connected to a kite. Here we go. That's the one I used in the picture. So does it look like that with that square bit underneath? If you go back to the original video.
I'm just dropping it in the timeline as it's coming in to present this evidence. The thing is rock steady.
So here we have a picture of it. Kind of looks like it's got the square bit behind it there, which makes sense as you're pulling it in. Then it rotates, doesn't it, at some stage?
Performance of flight. Is this a...
Looks like a balloon on top here, two colours, and the square bit underneath. So if you have a look at the picture, there's that square bit. So if we could rotate it around three-dimensionally, helium to raise your kite fishing game, marlin fishing. And you got regular kites as well, but the combination of a balloon makes sense, and the wind capture the kite underneath to drag it out behind the boat. So I reckon it's this one here, but let's see, have they got another name for them? Fishing kite maybe. Let's just type that in. Fishing kite. Here we go. Got some diagrams how it works on the shore. Let's have a look at that one. So it obviously allows the line to go out further. That'll make sense. Let's have a look at this one. So here's one of these helium kite balloons, and they've got the lure in the middle with the fish. So that's what we're looking at, I think. Fairly obvious, really, I think. And there's one on the boat, and it's got one of these square ones this time, with the helium balloon in front. You could have multiple lines on that one. Here we go, another angle. And here's one going up. That one's got less of a balloon on it. So obviously you can have it various sizes balloons on it. That one hasn't got a balloon on it unless it's at the back of it. So what do you reckon? Fishing balloon? You agreeing with me there? I actually did some zoom-ins. Where is it? Yeah. You can see here there's the square bit I'm talking about here. Needs to be rotated around. There's the balloon in front. So it looks like an alien craft. And of course we got the kite on the shoreline here, and if you look carefully it looks like someone bending over it there. It's a bit hard to see, but yeah, it's not the best of videos. I think that's what I posted on that one. Now here's a close-up one of that one again, of the balloon coming in. I'm pretty sure there's a man there, right where the cursor is, the big cursor. You probably see two cursors on the screen. When I zoom in, the big cursor is the one that I'm using. There's the balloon being pulled in. You can see here, definitely looks like a fishing balloon kite. And it's right near the shoreline here, or off the cliff. Unless you get your line out to where you can't normally get if you ain't got a boat. Right. That woman filming that must have known that though. There's the analysis I did for it. I don't think it's an RC toy, but it's a possibility, of course, but it does make sense over a river. You originally thought drone? Well, you've learnt something new. Yep. So yeah, I normally like to have people see how I'm seeing it, if I've explained it properly. Sometimes you can get a whole pictures. Used to come up better searches than this at one stage. Fishing kite, helium, maybe. That one will give ones for balloons. Let's see if that comes up better. Oh, that's better. Here we go. We might get some angles. I've seen all those ones. There's not too many pictures of them, obviously. Oh, here's one. That's in the right angle. The square bit behind, the helium balloon in front. But I was hoping to find a two-colour one, like a red and white one, because it kind of looks like it is that in the picture. But you can see the bright colours in case they snap off and you want to go and search for it. Anyway. But you can see here the balloon on top of the square bit at the back. Was there any more on that one? Let's have a look. I think there's some other videos. I didn't.
We're going to follow up with the president of MUFON over there in Panama and hopefully get some updates of what's going on. The Panamanians over there in the region.
See, looks like it's rotated around now.
The correspondent from the president in that region.
But you can see here, it looks like something underneath. It's this optical illusion.
Reached out to me, so I appreciate that. Stable in its performance of flight. Is this
see how it rotates around?
UFO being displayed for the citizens of Panama? Again, we have multiple eyewitnesses. We're going to follow up with the president of MUFON over there in Panama and hopefully.
There it goes. So it looks like the square bit might be around the middle of that thing.
Get some updates.
So we're looking at it here still, but it's now turned around.
The Panama.
So the square bit now is straight on to us here.
Panamanians over there in the region of the correspondent from the president.
It's not quite the same as in the picture here, but then this happens here. So is it twisted
here
underneath?
It is. You see the city from the president in that region. Two vehicles. The president of MUFON over there in Panama and hopefully get some updates of what's going on. The Panamanians over there in the region of the correspondent from the president in that region reached out to me, so I appreciate.
Kind of almost looks like it's deflating there. Maybe it has got a hole in it. Remember they're talking about some gas coming out of it? Looks like it's gradually getting smaller and smaller.
Reached out to me, so I appreciate that. We even have more videos tonight for you. Let's just roll the next one. Check it out.
I still think it's a fishing balloon or some sort of someone's made up. Maybe not the one I showed you, but very close to it. with some fins that pop out. You know, they probably control it with another lever where the kite collapses underneath and unfolds it like an umbrella. That would make more sense, make it easier to bring in, wouldn't it? But anyway, we could just carry on looking at the rest of this video. Regardless, I think it's man-made technology, not human. I mean, not hybrids or aliens or anything like that. So what are we looking at here? Looks like it's filmed the wrong way. So it's inside the car window, is it? Is that a blinking light I see? What happened there? Let's just scroll that back a bit. We can't though. Looks like it's covered down, whatever it is.
All right, we got this video that was submitted today from a friend of ours.
So it's got blinking LED lights flicking around it.
People from around the world are sharing their videos over the past few years, but let me tell you, this month has been incredible on the UFO pickup.
Again, that kind of looks like it might be a balloon kite of some kind with LEDs on it this
Thumbs
time.
up if you agree with that. But right now, I want to thank Vivian for sharing her video with us. And let me tell you, we're going to be supplying all the original links below. But this video was captured in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. And
oh, there you go. The balloon capital, as they call it.
Next to the motorway.
I think that might be a balloon kite with LEDs, and what we're seeing there is the tail of the kite. See the long straight line there? And it's got LEDs lighting it up. See that? They go up and down.
Melha, and it was captured about 2:30 a.m. in the morning, and she was happy to share this with us. Do you notice, Brent, whatever this object is, we have lights surrounding it, blinking lights. Are these helicopters surrounding some kind of strange UFO?
Yeah, that's got to be it, Blake. Yeah, dead on.
Pull it up.
Not.
Brent, what's your thoughts here?
Yeah, at first I thought it could have been a little aftermath of a rocket launch, but then I'm looking closely and you see it reflecting these strange colors, and it's
I don't see any colors. Do you see strange colors?
illuminated. That centerpiece is very illuminated with sparkles all around it. You can tell this thing is massive from the distance she's filming from the freeway.
There's no way you can tell how big that is. Okay, so I think this again is another lead kite. Lead kite with tail. Let's see if we can bring up some images here. So you can see these tails can get quite long. Here we go. It looks like that, doesn't it? Drifting along. And it's got some sort of kite in the background that's black, and it's got LEDs flickering around too. Something closer to that one there. There we go, with the LEDs flickering around. Because there can be any sort of arrangement. I don't know if we got any videos of one on, but you can see these tails. Quite LED tails, ribbons. Can be all sorts of crazy sizes, like cone shape. So that one there, you can't even see the tail, but it's there. Look, goes all the way down. Another one there. You can only see the kite tails there on those ones. Look how long they are. That's ridiculous. So, yeah, it's going to be a big, looks like a big object when you've got a big tail like that hanging down. It's just crazy, you know. That's what it looks like in the video to me. Anyway, what do you think on that one? Portable Portal closing. Yeah, very true. Deflated balloon coming down with LED lights. I don't think it has to be deflated balloon, but it's possible. Could be a black balloon with LEDs around the outside of it. Was Plex reckons he's still with us. Looks like he hasn't said anything for a wee while, has he? Fission balloon. So there you go. It's good when people start agreeing with me. Then we don't have any fights. Okay, so what's the next one? Is that still the same one?
That close-up look, which is astonishing. Could it be a drone display of some sort?
I know, it's another video.
I'm not recognizing that from this distance. It's pretty out there.
Good stuff. Appreciate the submission. Now, let's get to this one. Here it is. Again, more broad daylight sightings of the flying disc. The flying saucer has made its return. We're watching it right
so
now.
they should be called the balloon channel, really, shouldn't they? That kind of looks like a black balloon, like I was just talking about.
What we're looking at.
But probably one of those 40-inch ones, rather than the white of a black one.
Here, because we're going to get a closer up.
Yeah, it looks like it's drifting in air current. It's not doing anything crazy like a UFO would do. There we go.
There were some still photographs. And I would have to roll out that this
Okay, so it looks like some type of
is any kind of balloon.
How could you rule out that being not being a balloon? How can you rule out that being a balloon? That's just crazy.
This is definitely.
Let's see. Let's grab an image of it. Okay, this is the first time I've looked at this one. I only bothered with the fishing kite one. Still streaming okay. Seems a bit quiet out there. Okay. So let's try the editor for the first time today. Hopefully it won't screw up the computer. Okay, it kind of looks like it might be dipped in here from the air blowing against it, and if it's deflated a wee bit. So let's run it through some filters, see if we can enhance it. But obviously the photograph, if they've got the photographs, we might be able to do a better enhancement on it. So obviously brightness doesn't seem to help us much. Yeah, it's clogging a bit. So what are we seeing here? So that circle going around looks like it might be an optical illusion. Starting to look more like a black balloon that's reflecting, and the darker patch is actually not a hole, but just a play of light. As you can see, it looks definitely like a latex balloon. Once you get rid of the darkness. Fortunately, my computer is glitching. And you can see here, even if you look on the outside of it here, it's not a perfect circle. Doesn't sort of match for a UFO being a solid craft. I know some of it's going to be atmospherics, but let's just put you can see some atmospherics here happening. But let's Let's get a perfect circle first. Probably need to make it a bit bigger. That's almost correct, but you can see here it's not filling the outside lines properly. Yes, I need to get a drink, I think. So just comparing it to a circle, that one looks a bit squashed in actually. There we go. I wish we had lock perspect mode when we stretch it. I don't know if it's got it. I haven't seen it. That's one feature I'd like. But you can see here, you can see looks like it's lost some compression maybe, and deforming as the wind's blowing against it. So it's looking more and more like a balloon. Just get some CPU back again. So we've got some pictures.
This is looking again like the typical classic flying disc that you would see in the science fiction movies. But again,
now you can see how the
this is
reflections were
2020.
in 3D when I was mucking around the filters there. You can see how the sun was reflecting off it. It's certainly a sphere of anything, not a disc.
People are joining us from around the world, submitting their footage. Are UFOs on the rise? Take a look at these photographs.
So did you run around the other side of the house to film it?
You can see the undercarriage of it has this dome-like feature in the shadows. No visible prop propeller blades again. There's something going on that I can't explain.
Okay,
Jason Barnes
so
said
this is a
that
different
this was
angle.
captured around 2:35.
So we're looking at it from that side. Looks like it might have a thing going around the outside then, in that case. But when we were looking at it from full on, which I just closed down, we can see it wasn't a perfect circle. It's an upside down disc if it's a UFO, that's for sure.
Asking, is this a metallic flying saucer?
It looked more grey there on this other one.
California, and he's asking, is this a metallic flying saucer?
Is that the same video person? Looks like it could be.
People are joining us from around the world, submitting.
I really like the photo. I don't see any manipulation going on.
So this is a photo? Have we got the
like
actual photograph at all? I want the photograph. Yeah, right. Damn it. Okay. This kind of looks almost like that sun balloon that everybody was putting up years ago from Canada. So before we're looking at it from this side, now we're looking sideways. It could be one of those UFO shaped balloons, of course. And it's upside down because there's a lot of weight on top, you see. Definitely drifting in the air current. So just wagging that one in. So here we're looking basically underneath it. And that outer rim is what we're seeing. There's a little outer rim there. But we could see this was a dome underneath by the lighting. The lighting was going around that way. Yeah, you can see here it definitely looks grey there. And it's not black because there's not enough light for the camera to detect it. And this one is on a different angle. So you can see here, here's that dome. I don't think it's a UFO because it's upside down if it is. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Looks like it might be just a donut around the outside and a flat bottom. Let's see what the editor can do. And we'll see if we can find a match for it. UFOs fly upside down. Well, let's see if we can sharpen it. You can see how out of focus it is. Sharpen on plus. It's starting to look a bit better. Kind of looks like you can see now the structure of it being a balloon outside here. Look at this. It looks like it's spongy. Okay, let's brighten it up a bit. We'll try brightness first. Definitely looks like it's got dimples in here. Dimple. It's pretty beat up flying saucer if it's a real one. Let's try some color swapping. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be enough color range there. But you can see here the dimples that I was talking about, bringing out here. You see like the crumply pattern on that surface of the skin now. There's the rim going around this way. You can see it's taken from a video. I didn't actually see that, but behind it, what's that? Seems to be something changing in the atmosphere around about here. It definitely looks like there's something going around on the outside of it here. Atmospherics probably. You can see here the darkness here. It still looks like a silver, strange shaped balloon thing. Could it be a letter balloon? I don't think so. Could it be a sun balloon? That's a silver one. But that sort of enhances it pretty good, I think. Yeah. Anyway, let's go back. Does it do anything different?
Could it be CGI? There's a possibility, but
no, it's not
what
CGI.
I'm looking at now, it seems to be the real deal. I'm matching it up with the original photo.
So these, what I was saying was behind the balloon. It's this white cloud cover. Because we zoomed right into it, we took a chunk. We're actually seeing the edge of the cloud here. Up here, going around up here. So yeah, that makes sense.
Lends to that this is really happening.
All right, I'm going to pull
Yeah, it looks like it's rotating there.
the next video. Give me a few seconds.
Did that rotate around in the breeze? Let's see. Let's have a close up of it as it's going.
The photos really revealed that this is no typical drone that you would pick up off
It's rotating,
the market.
isn't it,
This
guys?
is something with high technology, and the way it just stays
Drifting
so
with the
steady,
wind.
it shows that this is not normal. This is a UFO, a flying saucer.
And look how high up it is. You can see the comparison to his home, the line of the rafters, and then you can see this thing.
It's rotating,
Up
isn't
in
it?
the sky.
Let's see.
Again, I would have to estimate that this is a pretty good size UFO, at least 15 to 20 feet in diameter. I don't think it's a weather balloon. Again, we looked at these photos pretty closely, and we didn't
No, it's a saucer-shaped
see
balloon,
any
but
kind of apparatus attached to it. It's very sleek in its design. Sports.
I think it's changed direction there slightly. It's, hasn't it? This part has gone this direction. The edge of it to the photograph is rotated around that way.
This model UFO, as Bob Lazar stated. And again, the eyewitnesses states that he didn't hear a thing. So again,
is this another carry on?
Super close up through the photograph brings out the detail.
He's only got a
I
photograph.
really like the photo. I don't see any.
That's because the photograph is 12 megapixels or higher, and the video is only 1080p. I don't think many people are filming in 4K at the moment. Even 4K is less than what you can do with a photograph. So yeah, let's see if we can find a silver balloon that matches that one. I was going to do MUFON cases, but looks like this is taking a bit longer. Silver UFO balloon. Probably have to do helium. I don't think it's that one. That one's big. That'd be one of the smaller ones. It does look like a close match to it, see that though? But we didn't see the dome bit on it. Of course, we can't tell the size in the video, how far away it is. That's the problem. We have a balloon. It's not that one. Letter A balloon. Silver balloons. Probably have to type in some other search keyword, I think. It's possibly an advertising balloon that's got away. Let's see. Advertising. Oh. These are advertising balloons. Mostly this one. I once found a page that had a whole heap of them on there that you could buy from China. I should really have bookmarked it. Maybe I did. Forgotten about it. But it had that one that I'm looking at there on that page, and you could get different sizes of it. Still, I might be able to find it. See, there's another one here, different colour, but it's not that, obviously. There you go, advertising blue. So if you saw that in the sky, you'd think it was a UFO. Proof positive there. So could that be the one that they're looking at in the thing? It looks very similar. But we need to, we didn't see the other dome, but because of the angles, let's have a look. Maybe it has got a dome. I don't think so though, on the other side. Or it might be a really small one, which is not showing up. Here's another one. Oh, it looks similar though, doesn't it? We want one that goes right out to the edge. See, that one's the same. It does go right out to the edge. That one, however, looks like it goes out to the edge. But I still don't think it's the right one. But still, if you got these ones out here, there's going to be other designs out there. And why would it be upside down? Because it hasn't got the double dome like these ones. These ones have got double dome, so it keeps them more stable, right? Keeps the weight the same top and bottom. Well, those other ones, if you get a big gust of wind, it's going to flip over. Like that one there. It'll flip over. I think it's one of these advertising crazy shaped balloons. Movie theaters use it for sci-fi events, you know. Outside. And also, obviously, toy shops and stuff. No, it's not that one either. I used to have a page of a whole heap of them. I had like 40, 50 different designs. Just can't find it now. Oh, balloon. If I find it, I'm going to bookmark it. Yeah, so similar to that one. Not that one. None of those ones. I don't think it's that one because we only saw one dome. What's that one say? 50 meters? 5 meters. Emerson. Looks like I might have to move on. So what do you think on that one anyway? What do you reckon it is? Bumped. Shelley and Renee, are you talking? Don't think you would see a small dome on the other side unless it was turning to show. Yeah, I think it's clearly a balloon here. You can see how it looks like it's sort of you know, squishy, you know, it kind of looks like you had squish on the side. Well, it's a pretty beat up UFO that's flying upside down. Aliens would be sick. Okay, let's just close it down. Move on to the next one, if I got one. See, it's not doing anything crazy, like it's not stopping, going the opposite direction. We're not seeing which way the wind is blowing, I don't think.
Let's get to this one.
I don't think we've got any reference points to which way the wind's blowing.
Of the flying disc. The flying saucer has made its return. We're watching it right now. And I want to get your thoughts, guys, what we're looking at here, because we're going to get a closer up look at it. There were some still photographs, and I would have to rule out that this is any kind of balloon. This is definitely not a balloon. This is looking, again, like the typical classic flying disc that you...
See, they just talk nonsense and they try and convince people it can't be a balloon. That's all they ever do.
Would see in the science fiction movies, but again, this is 2020 and people are...
See, if you film something like that, you got to go and grab a pile of leaves from the ground, throw it up in the air, see which way the wind's blowing on camera.
Joining us from around the world, submitting their footage. Are UFOs on the rise? Take a look at these photographs that the submitter captured, and I want to get your thoughts. You can see the undercarriage of it has this dome-like feature with the shadows, no visible prop propeller blade.
Okay, that's got to be a sun balloon, isn't it?
Thing going on that I can't explain. Jason Barnes said that this was captured around 2:35 p.m. in Santa Barbara.
Hang on, that's the same one we looked at before, isn't it? What's going on here? Are they mixing up photographs?
California, and he's asking, is this a metallic flying saucer?
Are they just repeating themselves?
The photo
Must be repeating themselves. That's the same one.
Again,
what's next? Ah, this one. I think that was next on my list, actually. Oh no, this is different. So what are we looking at here? New video, finally. So we're looking at this strange artifact in the picture. It's not the best photographs. Kind of looks like a balloon shape there, doesn't it, at the moment? Let's just keep on going. And it's changing shape. Could that have been like a little mini tornado forming? Let's just go back. Could it be just like a crazy cloud that's forming above the building? Well, there's a cloud there. Spotlights. Filming a cloud and it's changing shape. Looks like a spotlight on the cloud cover there, isn't it? Well, it could be the moon that's behind the clouds as well. Here comes the cloud cover now in front of it. So the cloud's now covering it. And it's sort of shining through it still. And it's coming out again. Could it be a plane that's coming into land from a far distance with its landing lights on and we're just seeing it through cloud cover? Doesn't look too exciting there. 10 straight for us. That's what it looks like, a plane and cloud cover. Can I hear a plane in the background there? They got some stupid music playing. Now the light's turned off.
Alright, what are we looking at? This was captured.
Yeah. Well, where's Plane Finder and all the apps, Blake, to prove what it is? What location is it even? Nope. Where's all the links to the sources? He hasn't got a side chat.
In Florida, and the submitter wants to know what he captured. Dario Harate captured this in the Sunny Isles off the coast of the beach of Florida, and he's wondering what it is. You could kind of hear that he's kind of stunned at exactly what he's looking at. Is this a craft in the sky, or
don't know, we couldn't hear it because you had stupid music playing all the time.
A spotlight in the sky, creating some kind of an illusion?
Yes, it could be a spotlight. So there's a light on the top of the building there, with a red light on a, looks like an antenna.
Possible cloaking technology.
If the spotlight is, it's got to be further away than that building there. It's got to be on another building, because we can see the cloud cover coming in.
Technology going on here, Brent. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It reminds me of the bat signal, and it kind of looks like what Batman would show when they're looking for Batman, the Gotham sign hidden in the clouds.
Gotham.
I'm not recognizing
that. Didn't even cross my mind as a bat signal.
But again, it kind of transforms and moves curiously.
Is it a solid object, or is it a light reflection off the clouds? It's hard to tell.
Helicopter
lights. Yeah, did a pretty good job.
Could it be a military illumination flare dropped?
He held his camera's steady.
Yeah, he did do a good job holding it, but again, this is Miami. I think this is more of a light show, and people on the ground would probably let us know, and we'll probably know in the comments within hours. And
to me, it looks like a plane that was coming in, and it's gone higher altitude above the thick cloud here, and so the lights disappeared.
we'll know what this is.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just looking for the answers, and that's why we're...
So that's why you need to put it through flight radar. Florida, no date and time, so we can't do much with that one. What did you think it was down the side there? I've got to zoom out again. Not everything's a balloon. Spotlights, very possible. But Paul, if you convince people that something is not a balloon and a UFO, you get more views. Yeah, that's right. Well, I like to go through a checklist and then the last one being UFO, then we can say, yeah, 100% it's a UFO. But as you can see, it's not a MUFON report. We've got no information whatsoever to go on. Ken's agreeing with us. I don't think it's a drone, but it's possible. A drone with lights, maybe. But why would you be flying around in the cloud cover like that? Looks like some type of craft that's flying towards them, then turned, and you see the light change in shape because it's not shining through the thick cloud anymore. And then it gradually got higher and higher in altitude as it went over top of them, and of course it faded. That's my best guess on this one. So yeah, I think that's it for them, is it?
A side-by-side comparison of whatever this anomalous object in the sky is. It's kind of interesting how it appears that it almost peeks through the clouds and reveals itself that it possibly could be a solid object.
Yeah, it's strange. It almost looks like a funnel cloud there for a bit, coming out of the top darker clouds.
Yeah, because the clouds are wheeling around
here.
That's why.
Like projecting up to it. It's like I said. It looked like.
No, I think it's in the cloud
kind of
cover itself. It's a plane coming into land. Okay, what else we got?
Extended tolls these lights flashing through. I sped up the image.
International Space Station again, is it?
This craft approached the ISS and then descended away, but
okay, so it's saying this is a craft
in it. I sped it up. This thing lasted for about 20 minutes, this encounter, but when you speed it up, you see this thing kind of approach again, the ISS, and reveal itself, and it is quite large. This thing's big.
Yeah, it really matches what's going on with their videos that we just posted a couple days ago. That's kind
what's
of
this thing moving along in the
what's
picture?
What's happening in space is experiments of an alien in nature.
Look at
I
this
believe.
thing.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, it's got to be aliens, guy. It can only be aliens.
Appearing through it. Very
it's just
strange.
That glint on the bottom really.
What are we looking at though?
Like
you know, what
sort
angle,
of
which way? Are they city lights
technology
again? Is that spikes from a lightning storm? Looks like it was above a lightning storm there, doesn't it? And what's this thing coming into frame here?
On there.
You could almost make out the craft.
Is it a robot arm or what there? Is that part of the illusion? Reflecting the light at different angles? It looks like a solar cell, is it? Solar panel. Changing the solar panel.
It came within the 12 minutes. It descended away into the...
So is this thing moving along here?
Darkness.
Reflecting some light. This here looks like it's very reflective going to the camera. So does that there. And this looks like a solar panel, but we're seeing it from the... See here, if you're close up, you can actually see it looks like a solar panel at the bottom there. Square
Space,
panel.
But
yeah, it just seemed to like disappear.
Hey, here's the sun, look. The sun's coming around.
Here, it evaporated.
And that's why the solar panels are being adjusted. So what we're seeing here is obviously going to be reflection at the camera, isn't it? It's coming off here. There's your spacecraft. It's flicking off there. Let's just roll that back a bit. And let's just watch that. So this is the thing, how they get you. They crop the picture and they make you think it's different. So the sun's coming up. And it's going to reflect off this thing here at the camera. Just watch it. So we got A lot of gold reflection here. Starting to reflect. Looks like it's there. There you go, look, you can see the shadow approaching here. And look, the lights are fading because the shadow's gradually coming across. There you go, look, fading.
Well,
You got to remember it's also inverted, so to what flicks off into the camera, it's going to be upside down different.
this was from
So how's that work? The far away lights would fade out first, and this bit in the sun would be at this side here.
the Third Phase of Moon archives. I wanted
There
to
you go,
pull
it's
it up for
completely
you
in
again.
darkness.
If you see this object kind of up from the International Space Station in the void of black space, you see this disc-shaped object reveal itself.
Okay, so maybe it's not reflecting off there then. It's still reflecting. Looks like it's coming off this one over here. That looks like a better candidate. So let's just roll back and just watch that. Okay, we'll figure it out in a minute. So here's that panel there. Very reflective. It's got gold stripe piping and also some other bit here reflecting at the screen at the top here. So it looks like the middle bit there, that little bit there is those bits there. Yeah, so I think we've nailed it now. It's off this bit here, so let's just watch it again.
Do you notice it? Do you see what I see? Well, this was from the Third Phase of Moon archives. I wanted to pull it up for you again. If you see this object kind of up from the International Space Station in the void of black space, you see this.
Okay, it looks like it's on the edge. See here, the edge, it's got little sparkly bits here. And that would explain why it looks like a straight line going across here. So we need more of that picture here. We need to see more of the picture to be able to match it properly.
Disc-shaped object reveal itself with a lot of lights, like almost peering through.
There you go, it got suddenly bright then.
Portals. What do you think of these portals, these lights flashing through? I sped up the image. It seemed like...
Alright, here comes a shadow going across this bit, so let's see what happens.
This craft approached the ISS and then descended away, but I put the brightness contrast out in it.
Alright, see here, here's the reflection. That thing moving is not the solar panel. It's actually matching up with this over here, look.
I sped it up. This thing lasted for
You can see its reflection now.
about 20 minutes, this encounter.
Lining up perfectly with this shadow going across.
But when you speed it up, you see this thing kind of approach again, the ISS, and reveal itself, and it is quite...
And because we cropped the
large.
picture, we can't
This
see it
thing's
all.
big.
Yeah,
Okay.
it really matches what's going
You
on.
can see as the sun come across, all those lights faded, right? So if we go back again, let's just prove it beyond doubt. That's off that panel there. Off this bit here. And it's reflecting lights.
You see this disc-shaped object reveal itself with a lot of lights, like almost peering through portals. What do you think of the...
Obviously the enhanced over this one, it shows up better on this one than it does on the smaller image.
These lights flashing
Here comes the shadow now, so we should start to see the lights all
I
go
sped
out.
up the image.
So we should see it on this image too. We should see all those lights at the end here disappear.
It seemed like
There
this
you go.
craft approached the ISS and then descended away, but I put the brightness contrast out in it. I
Yeah,
sped
it's
it
gonna
up.
fade in a
this
minute.
thing lasted for about 20 minutes, this encounter, but when you speed it up, you see this thing kind of approach again.
No lights. Is it in shadow completely? Yes, it is. Look. That kind of looks like a solid object here, though, rather than reflection. But you can see it's how much it's lining up with the a shadow going across, so it must be a reflection in the screen. It's amazing, optical illusion, right? So, do you agree with me? That's just a reflection. Got it. Good, Paul. Okay, enough of that one. Yeah, it looks like a solar panel, but not sure now. I thought it was a solar panel with a square. You could see like underneath it, but yeah, unless there's something over this side that's reflecting and creating that as the shadow's going across. Well, that would make sense though. Maybe they got solar panel either side and it's moving both at the same time going this direction. We need to see more of the image, but it's definitely a reflection of some kind. Okay, so what else we got? Oh no, what is it? It's a plane coming into land.
Okay,
what's
slowed
strange?
down the video. The submitter said that there was something tailing, or just off the tail of a C-17, and we're looking at it really closely. I slowed it down, and we're going to close.
That's not
get a
close.
close-up look
Zoom
at it.
in,
Do you
yeah.
see it? Do you see the little, disc
Now I see it.
pretty much right behind, following?
That's
the
a C-180, isn't it? 130, or what do they call it?
Slow-mo in it. I'm
Military
making it
place.
as
They
close
got
as possible. The camera's pretty shaky,
they got
but
netting out
you
the
see
back of
this,
it,
grayish
and they got the netting out the back.
disc, basically right behind the tail. Oh, did you see it just dart?
Yeah, you can see the cable on it even.
I don't know. It looks very strange. Some people are saying that this is maybe just a parachute that was ejected.
Ugh.
Parachute.
There's a
cargo
netting
drops.
where they
Got
drop off
caught
goods.
up on the
Yeah,
drop,
we're not
and it's
seeing
just
the
kind of
tether.
hanging there.
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
not seeing any tether, so it's really bizarre.
Yeah, maybe
It's
the quality
there,
is
but
not
you can't-
picking up a tether, and it could
You
be
gotta
there. But
put it through some
the clarity is
enhancements,
really
you dumb
solid, and
shits.
I would think you'd actually see it. Whatever this thing is, it seems to be flanking this C-17 as an experiment.
Yeah, it's
to
got to
see
be
how
aliens
close
in, isn't it? It's flanking. Is it C-130? I think it's 130, isn't it? Cargo plane. Hercules. I think I said C-180 to start with. It's the same plane, isn't it? I want different angles. I want a side view. There we go. I'm not sure if it was that one though. Has it got prop plane engines on it or jet engines? I think that one's got a jet engine on it. Let's see. It's got the right angle and the big tail on the end. It's not the best of images for it though. Net. Hang on. Let's see. We must better find a comparison image, surely. People like military craft, they film them all the time. That looks like a good match of one. It must be propeller, is it? Wrong, it's not quite the right angle though. They haven't got anything hanging out the back. Here we go, parachutes, flares. So they got a refueling tanker as well, are they? Looks like two jets at the same time. And that makes sense. C-130 with two jet refuelers at the back. Could it be what we were seeing? Why didn't they wind it in though? I think it's one of those net things with the cargo drops they do. You think you better find it. I've seen it on movies lots of times. I just can't seem to find one on Google. What do you call it? Cargo, maybe? Cargo net. Try that. So this is what we're looking at inside one. It's one of these big net things, see? Dangling out the back. Yeah, like that. They drop a payload, don't they? You'd think I'd better find one with it hanging out the back. I've seen it on lots of movies. What's that one with Sylvester Stallone in it? They hired gunmen, and the guy's hanging off the net out the back of it. James Bond even did one of those, didn't he? What else did one? Iron Man movie, was it? Something like that recently. Oh, there we go. That's a good picture of one similar to theirs. That's a good one there. But, yeah. A refueling thing, or just a piece of net hanging down still. You know what I mean, I think. Let's move on. Total waste of time. Was that even on a UFO site? Unless you're debunking it. Crazy. So, what did people say on this one? Alright. We had a look at that before. Okay, third face done with. Okay, this one here from Scott, which I don't remember seeing. Must be something new. Fact check: 2 videos of UFOs filmed over Miami. So has he got the video embedded? I think he might have. So we'll look at that one now. Not first, refueling bird. Yeah, you're probably right. They plant forests. What does that? What are you talking about, Shelley? Nope. I wanted to scroll up. Alright. Moving on to this one. So I'll just play a clip of his video here and leave it at that, I suppose. I think he's got music. Oh no. I'll just turn it off a wee bit. Sounds a bit low. I can hear it playing.
It is, again, no bullshit here. Here's a sky over here, downtown, my house, my hand. What the fuck is that? Holy shit. Look, no bullshit. No bullshit. Look at Little Thunder, esto, lo otro, the pool. What
Why
is
are
that?
you moving away from it then, got?
Bye.
And that was very suspicious. If you're filming a UFO, you don't just pan away until it flies away, do you?
Well, shit.
Alright. Let's have a better look at this again.
The fuck is that? Holy shit. Look, no bullshit. No bullshit. Look at Little Thunder, esto, lo otro, the pool. What is that? Oh, wait. Wait, bye. Well, shit.
Alright, so what's your gut feeling say on that one, guys? No BS, he reckons. I think maybe he's BSing us. What do you reckon on that one? No one's saying anything. Are you awake still? I know it's probably getting later in USA there. I think most of you guys are in UK though, aren't you? So you could see how it was moving off like crazy. Straight away it gave me the gut feeling it was CGI added onto a video. Also, where was the plane noise that we heard to start with? So it looks like it's repeated twice, is it? Because there's the airplane noise.
It is, again,
And now it's filming it again.
no bullshit here. Here's a sky over here, downtown, my house, my hand. What the fuck is that? Holy shit. Look, no bullshit. No bullshit. Look at Little Thunder, esto, lo otro, the pool. What
I don't think it's military flares.
is that hole?
See, this is where it gives. This is a bit suspect how this thing zooms off and all that.
Wait, bye. Oh shit.
Yeah, I don't think so. That one was modified.
Holy shit.
Video 1.
It is, again, no bullshit here. Here's a sky.
Looks like it's doing identical things to his original video. Let's just have a look at the one video. The only other thing I could think of is it could be drones. A drone display.
It is, again, no bullshit here. Here's a sky.
But this one here, it moves too quick
Downtown,
to be drones.
my house,
So
my
it's got to be
hand.
CG. It's got to be
What the
CGI.
fuck is that? Holy shit. Look, no bullshit. No bullshit. Look at Little Thunder, esto, lo otro, the pool. What is that hole? Oh, wait. Bye. Oh, shit. Incredible.
Could a drone move that fast? But anyway, Scott doesn't think so. Let's carry on.
Wow.
I'll just mute. Bad motion tracking. Same effect used for both videos. Yeah, that's what I thought. Very suspicious. Same pattern. But if it's a drone display, it's possible. But he reckons it's bad tracking, but could it be just a glitch in the video? So what's he saying here? See, I just don't understand. He reckons it's bad tracking. Where it bounces back there. I don't know. They're certainly not alien anyway. He reckons it's CGI. But yeah, two videos with the same shape in the sky. What do you think on that one? You reckon it's CGI? But you saw how fast those lights sped off at the end. Yeah, it's very suspicious. Chemical Summer was saying that too. If you really thought it was a UFO, you would be transfixed on it. Yeah, I reckon so. You'd be filming. Yeah, they convince you it's not bullshit. It's just like this Blake Cousins was saying, it's not a balloon, it's not a balloon. Instead of saying, wow, what is this, guys? It would be the thing where you'd be swearing and you'd be saying, who's in the house? Come out here and watch it. You know, you'd be doing that sort of thing, wouldn't you? And of course, the other red flag is, where's all the other videos of the same event? So I don't know. He's put up here the webpage links. So let's have a look who this guy is. Rogan O'Handley. Who the hell is he? This video is from a friend in Miami. I think he punked you, guy. He was punking you. We're not meant to be. Yes, I can complain. It's fake CGI. Serious motion blur. Perfectly stereo lights, no matter how much the camera jerks around. See, that sounds like a better analysis here than Scott's one. You'd have to go frame by frame, really. I think it was suspicious as well. Something more real. I might as well have a look at his one while we're here. So what is this one?
Look, nothing in the sky at all. Then all of a sudden,
military flares load up.
bam! What is that?
Yeah, I just told you. They dropped them and they have a timer on them, and then suddenly they all light up at the same time.
Nothing around. Look.
Okay, that one is a real video, but it's just flares. Okay, what else we got? More tweets. Well, I don't know. That's it, I suppose. So we don't know who the actual source is, apart from it's someone's mate. Anyway, now what they saying down here? Point your camera at the tops of some buildings and frame, then track the buildings much better than clouds. Yeah, I reckon he could have done a better job. Maybe it was fake. I don't know anything about software. How do you explain that I saw almost the exact type of lights formation only miles away 2 days earlier? Again, let's have a look. Was that the one we just looked at with the military flares? Here we go. Mysterious Lights, Florida. God, we're looking at a load of these ones tonight, aren't we? Okay, so we got that rainbow effect. And atmospherics. Oh no. Pixel UFO, guys. Oh, I'm zooming in now, I guess. It got bigger and out of focus then. Yeah, really exciting video, mate. Filmed the wrong direction too. So those ones look like it could be a weather balloon. The sun's here creating a funny atmospheric rainbow for starters. Yeah. Waste of time. But yeah, I'll just post a link to that if you want to have a watch of it again. CGI is the best bet on that one. CGI Florida. But I'm pretty sure it'll fool most Third Phase of the Moon and Secureteam fans. What are you talking about genders now? No, no non-UFO talk on the side if you can help it. There might be 56 agendas of aliens as well. Makes you wonder if aliens can be racist. They're racist against humans, so don't like us. So yeah, we'll move on to the next one. Oh, there goes the ads. A banned word said. Yeah, this one here was posted by Ron, on a Discord group, asking what it was to Robert. So, yeah, he thinks all these lights in space are UFOs. But if they were UFOs, you'd expect them not to all be going instantly in the same direction, leaving streaks behind. But anyway, we'll play it.
Afghanistan and India.
Yeah, so there you go.
Discovery also moving into sunrise.
And that's all we get. Don't get any pan of where the rocket engines are.
Sunrise up. Again above Russia.
I'll just mute that. So obviously city lights there to start with over Russia, and they said. And then we start seeing these objects appear into frame, moving all in the same direction, leaving streaks behind. So I'm not too sure what mission that is, or what type of craft we're looking at. 2005 space shuttle. But this is typical for ice particles being created from the vapor of a small orbital rocket, correction rocket. Space shuttle had them, quite a lot of them. It's amazing how many rocket engines they had to control the spinning and motion of the craft while in orbit. And it fires off, and the vapor instantly freezes and leaves streaks as it's going away from the motor. So it's probably down here somewhere, the rocket engine, and they're looking through the cabin bay filming. But have we got any information? No. Mon. Titan from Earthy Records, but you can see it's clearly outside the window here. Moving in space. And the other thing is they're slowing down too, aren't they? He slowed it down, but some of the particles are losing energy there and slowing down, and other ones are overtaken. You can see there, that one's starting to slow down now. Some new ones coming, overtaking the other ones. That one faded there, disappeared. So yeah, what mission was it? There's no information. Looking at city lights again. And then the rocket engine fires. And the vapor is crystallizing. I don't know if we can actually find comparison videos out there. STS crystals. Rocket firing. So here's a good example here, right? Why NASA spews out 500,000 gallons of water during rocket launch it creates it. That's an amazing thing about it. It actually creates the water from liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen. That's what Space Shuttle used. And after a launch, it often would rain because it forms so much vapor from launches like that. And if you're in anti-gravity, you see it's not going to go downwards with gravity. It's going to go out in all different directions. Mostly with the motion of the thruster. Yeah, so it spews out all this, right? And it actually rains after a rocket launch. Now, SpaceX gets a way around of all this. SpaceX doesn't use water vapor. It uses like a kerosene-based and oxidant. And it creates a more dirty looking exhaust fume from it, and some obviously water as well, hydrocarbons, water. Is that SpaceX? No, that's the space shuttle going up. But I was looking for one in space. Probably can't find one, for example. SpaceX, I think we'll just have a look at its launch. And you see it doesn't make as much as the Columbia because it uses a different rocket fuel. And it has more energy in it as well, so it uses less fuel, but it has more energy in it because it's kerosene based. SpaceX test tank explosion, is it? Rapture. So that's all coming at once. That makes a big cloud. We got another rupture video. I was looking for a launch one. Come on. Oh, here we go. You see how less it is compared to the space shuttle. It's only like 1/3 of that. Will the other ones launch? Time lapse. I'm not sure if I can play these in full screen or not. Starlink mission. We got ice crystals. We must have something on ice crystals in space. So, hey, we got a donation. Charles, of all people. Oh, thanks very much, mate. Ice crystals. Space. Let's have a look. Instant ice crystals. What's that one? Experiment by the looks of it. Well, let's have a look at it anyway. Hopefully it's safe to play. BBC, nothing is the BBC, is it? Water bottle. What's he going to do with it? Compress it, and it forms crystals inside the bottle. That's what it looks like. I thought maybe they're going to throw it outside. You know, you ever seen that one where they get a hot boiling cup of water in Russia, and it's so cold outside, and they throw it up in the air, and it just turns into instant snow. Same thing happens in space, of course. Water cup thrown. Russia. I wasn't no sure what keywords to type. Bottle thrown. No. What do we got here? Boiling water. What happens when you throw boiling water? Here we go. And sub-zero temperature. This is what would happen in space. Shoot hot rocket fuel. And bang, you get instant ice crystals. There you go, it throws it up in the air. And he ain't worried about getting scolded. Isn't that just like what we're seeing in the picture? We're seeing it go in these different directions, but he's got gravity here, so it's going downwards. So these would be going in the way of the thruster of the rockets. That's pretty cool though, I'd like to do that, wouldn't you? Whoa, that would be lots of fun, just boiling water and just throwing it in the air. That's so cool. Anyway, maybe I should have copied the link for that since I used it. Give him a plug. Boiling water sub-zero. Yeah, ice crystals in space. Someone's going to throw a cup of coffee here. Instant vapor. Another one. It looks pretty hot. This is going to be cool. Boah! Doesn't even look like coffee. It's gone totally ice crystals. I suppose it looks kind of brown there though. I suppose I better post that one there too. So yeah, I was hoping to find a picture, but we'll move on. You know what I mean anyway. And we got rockets on Space Shuttle, because it looks like it might have been 2005. When did Space Shuttle finish? Wasn't that long ago, was it? So 2005 would have been Space Shuttle rockets, Space Shuttle layout. Let's have a look. You can see they got lots of engines on them if you can get a big enough picture. Let's see, there must be a diagram here somewhere. How can we search it better? Let's see, can we get it on that one? So you got these little rocket engines, you can't see them, but they've got them on all around the place. I don't know if we can zoom in on that. I think it's got like 48 rocket engines or something. Okay, so it's got those little ones here, little one there. I think it's got some facing the other direction as well. And it's also got the three big main rockets. It's very blurry, isn't it? It's got these little ones at the front here, little 3 or 4 of them. What they say they are? Something comfort engines, control engines, something hose, nose, reaction control engines, and unfortunately you can't see the rear end very well. But be one of those little engines that firing just to keep it from rotating, because it slowly rotates with the solar wind hitting the wings and stuff, and particles. Must be a better diagram than that though. Rockets, maybe rocket engines. You can start to see a few here. The big three main ones. And then you got these other little tinier ones, and then you got the really, really tiny ones. Now you got these ones around the outside here too, 4 of them. And then you got a bank of 6, is it? On down further down here. Makes you wonder why they need so many. But they can change all the different directions apparently. Here's a breakdown of engines, is it? That's the Russians, I think. That's not what we're after. But yeah, you get to see what I mean though. So those little side rockets where they're sort of controlling the spin. So yeah, I think we're sort of caught up on this week's so far, apart from doing some MUFON. So we might have a look at a few MUFON ones now. Unless you want anything else looked at. Has it actually got a name? I guess it has. What? Peebo effect. Peebo effect. Need to split. Hope to catch up and review all next time. Okay, sorry Cameron Call, I didn't see you leaving. Bye. I suppose, what time is it now in America? Where's my clock? Is that the one? 5 AM, but yeah, might be some people getting up now. Eastern, 6. California. LA, 3 AM. They'll be going to bed. And it's coming up to lunchtime in America, UK. And you can see it's coming up to early evening in Australia. We don't seem to get many Australians joining us, which is a bit unfortunate. And Kiwis, of course. I think maybe we're less interested in UFOs. I don't know. Maybe because nothing really much happens here where people see something and want to find out more of what they saw. Makes sense, doesn't it? So what's MUFON up to? Just reload it fresh here. What's it doing? Oh, right, it's probably got an ad banner there, is it? I tried to cripple the ads on here. Okay, what are we looking at? What's this one here? Canada, CA. Description. Oh yeah, I should really do this on the other browsers, shouldn't I? So I don't have to read it all out. The object was caught on a trail camera used to identify wildlife in our garden. We used a 8-man trail camera. We're surprised to see these pictures as well as a fox. We reported that to you to assist you should others have also seen this. We observed that there is a light on the ground on the picture where multiple light objects appear. Less light when it's off. Where's the video though? Okay, so what are we looking at here? I'm not sure. What's that up there? That looks like a light beaming down here, doesn't it? To me that looks like just normal infrared light being picked up from the camera. So we've got that up there. Not sure what it is at this stage. Could be a bug. Also reflecting off the camera. That one definitely looks like a bug. You can see it's rolling shutter here. And so it's got a double type image appearing. Oh, flappy wings. It's definitely rolling shutter. And that's just constant light from the camera. And what's that light in the background there? I don't know. Reflection of a deer eye, maybe. Is that it? Is that all we got? The first one was the more interesting one. Is it a rolling shutter effect or a bug? Looks like a bead of lights, doesn't it? But looking at the other pictures, we can rule out lights lighting up the ground here. I think that again is a bug on rolling shutter. Let's just save it and zoom in a bit. What's Charles done? Thank you, Charles. What did Charles say? I do enjoy my very strong 6 shots of chocolate, is it? Espresso with chocolate. Sounds deadly. Yep, I'll save that one. I know they brought out liquid chocolate drinks in Australia with real chocolate, and you could never ever get it. It's always sold out. And everybody kept saying how lovely it was, and I always tried to go to the shops to buy one, and it was always out of stock. It annoyed the hell at me. So I never got to taste it. And why are you always talking about coffee and food on the side chats? It's not fair. Let's cut that out there. Was it not coming up? Or was it invisible? And it's working now. Slow down. This is the thing that normally ends our live show when we get this slowdown happening. Copy. New image. Okay, what are we looking at? Is it a moth? You can see it's down to pixel level here. Rolling shutter, so it's moving with the speed of the rolling shutter, so it's moving quite quickly. And obviously it looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go. It's the exposure is probably open for 10 seconds. Is it? Not 10 seconds. 10 times longer than normal. You could say. So it's capturing it moving across the screen, maybe with a 10-second something rather. A longer exposure period, or it could be just rolling shutter. The bug's moving in time with the scanning of the CMOS sensor. I'm not sure we can do much with that one. It is black and white only, and we can't swap out colors and things and try and reduce some of the flare and stuff. So you can see it looks like it's flapping wings, you know. The lights reflecting off the wings are changing different shapes as it's moving through the air. It looks like it's coming from a distance and heading closer to the camera as well. So, yeah, I think it's a moth of some kind. You'd think people would be more aware of what their cameras capture, which is artifacts nowadays, wouldn't you? It's a shame we can't see what it was closed as, the status. Let's just copy it to the other browser so we can read it out. That one. I need to get a drink again. Just close that one down, open that one. Right, that was my last video I did about Nearsoft utilities for the mic control. And just paste that. What else we got that's interesting here? A truck? How's that interesting? Where's that? Brazil? Italy. No, it's got to be Brazil, isn't it? Let's just go down. Does it say second photo for the same area? Well, it seems strange. Let's just read out what it says. I'll get a sip of drink.
I took 2 photos about my car with my cell phone. The time between them was about 30 seconds, and when I reviewed the photos, and I realized that in the second photo was one light in the space that could be a natural phenomenon, or maybe a UFO since the image looks like a perfect shape.
So what do you think it's going to be, guys? Okay, we've got the sun up in the corner here. So can we see a perfect light that's a UFO? Not so far. Any clues? See, this guy should have blurred out his number plate there, or MUFON should have done it for him. Well, I can't see anything in that one. So let's go. Is there another one? And what do we got here? Anything? Is he talking about lens flare? I think I see a lens flare there. Where it's shining off his head there, and there's a little white bit there on the edge of the side of the screen here. Is that what he's talking about? I can't see anything apart from what's in the middle here. It's amazing what garbage people send in, really, isn't it? Now let's just try that one. I was looking at that there. Is that what he's talking about? Looks like it's got to be lens flare, isn't it? Because the sun's coming this way. Yeah, you can see the streaks. Looks like it's a reflection on glass. Could be a cloud forming is another possibility though, but I don't think it's a UFO. So let's enhance it and see what it looks like. Unless there's something else in the picture I haven't noticed. I can't see anything else. Is it really 2.5 hours gone already? It's just crazy, the time flies, isn't it? 12:80. Almost looks like a ceiling light there. Is it a cloud or a reflection? Kind of looks like a cloud when you dim it down. I don't think it's a lens flare now, I think it's a cloud forming. Yeah, it looks like a cloud forming. Kind of stupid picture, really. I bet if you had it on video, it'd be obvious. Yep, looks like a cloud. And there you go, look. A different brightness of white's coming in just there. It's definitely got three-dimensional shape to it. But yeah, it looks like just a cloud. Let's see, get it zoomed in even further. What's going on? Going slow. Well, you can see it's got knobs in it here. Doesn't look like a solid craft of anything. Doesn't even look as good as that balloon UFO that we're looking at. So yeah, we could be done with that one, I think. But people will say that UFOs fake themselves as clouds, but I've yet to see it on video. I know people take photographs of cloud and claim they're UFOs, but never ever seen it on video. And if you get in the car and drive away and it's meant to follow you, I've never seen anyone video a cloud following them. I had a woman that was messaging me on Twitter saying that she was being followed by a UFO, and she showed me pictures of clouds, and I said, "What, you mean the cloud?" She said, "Yeah, they disguise themselves as clouds." I said, "Okay, just get rid of some of that." So I guess you can't win, you know. You could say it's a cloud 100% and people still want to believe it's a UFO. Okay. Alright, so he circled it. I didn't see the other picture come up though. Did he submit 2 reports? Anyway, we looked at it, it's a cloud. What's this silly one here? What's this talking about? Canada. Quebec. Yeah, let's see what it says. It looks like it's a cut and paste job. This one's going to be a fake. Or it's got some strange characters in from a weird keyboard. So could they have translated it from French maybe? And we'll just check it out.
ETA Euro trademark SA photo taken with a Hunter camera. The camera takes 3 shots in burst in 3 seconds. There was only one object on the one in the middle. The photos before and after had nothing special. It would be better to you to email me, not phone, because I don't speak English.
Okay, so it looks like they've done some translator on it. It's got some weird characters in it. So it might be legit. Okay, so this, have a look. What the hell is it? Looks like a, ceiling light at a tree stump. What are we meant to be looking at there? Outside? 2 degrees. 4 p.m. is it? No, 10 p.m. 10 p.m. So it must be infrared picture. Kind of looks like a fake to me. Someone stuck a box on a tree stump and then swung some LED lantern lights over top. What do you reckon on that one? Only got one image, for looks of it. One object and one in the middle. It's got to be a hoax in it. A hunter camera. Do they mean like one you put on the tree limb? Takes 3 shots in burst of 3 seconds. Why we only got one picture then? There was only one object on the one in the middle. And it doesn't make any sense. Yep. Okay. Me, I'd class that one as a fake, but anyway. You reckon it was a collection of spotlights? Yeah, it could be. LED spotlights. What else are we looking at here? A little light in the sky. It looks like the International Space Station. Doesn't look too exciting. And is it part of the same one? Looks like it is here. I suppose we can have a look at it, see what they're saying. No, it's not part of the same one. We'll have a look at the picture. Maybe it's something interesting after all, I don't know. Isn't it the SpaceX satellites? And that big reflection there could be a Iridium satellite. Again, this is where you need to use your apps on your phone. Yeah, I'm not too sure what that is. Is it saying it's now not bright anymore? So it could be like a LED balloon, or actually it looks kind of like a Chinese lantern just then. Hang on. Oh, gone too big. This magnifier can be a wee bit too sensitive. It kind of looks like a Chinese lantern, and we're looking underneath it. And you can see the candle burning. Go back out. Oh, too far. So what else we got? Was there a video? Let's have a look. We'll download it anyway. Why is it not in colour though, is the question. 86 megabytes. Holy moly. It's coming down quite fast. Maybe because most of America's in bed, right? So they're not downloading from the MUFON database. So it's probably a good time to do it, really. It's still taking a while, though. A mothership. Yeah. I don't know. It's a strange shaped mothership as it is. And let's see what the video tells us, and it might be interesting, who knows. Maybe it had little lights coming from it. They said it was 1 minute. A minute seems a long time, doesn't it? So, what's the maximum people we had watching today? Was it 7? It's not too bad for this time, I suppose. Could be getting there. This is the fun bit. See if it works, come across. It always puts it on the first screen. Yep. Alright. Let's see if I can drag it. Oop. That's almost there. There we go. So what are we looking at? I'll start it again. Any sound? Looks like it's flickering, doesn't it? They're flickering. Could they be like Chinese lanterns further in the distance, and this one's close to us?
Let's say 60 degrees above the horizon. Quite a bright light.
Yeah, that one looks too bright to be a Chinese lantern, though. But has it got flickering? It has, hasn't it? Let me just play it again. Let's zoom in a bit. Does look like it's flickering. I don't think it's satellites, though, is it?
Moving to the west. It's about, let's say, 60 degrees above the horizon.
And why does he stop filming it?
Quite a bright light.
Is it moving, or what? So he's got it on a tripod there, is it? Because he seems to bend it at the end there. Oh. It's sort of shaped like a Chinese lantern or fire balloon. They got various names for the same thing. Yeah, so let's run it through. Let's turn on some filters. Using the video player. And what else can we do? Gamma. So why is it blue underneath? So that's going through cloud cover there. You can see it's going through atmospherics. Giving off some vapor, I reckon, as well. West.
It's about,
gotta be Chinese lantern.
Let's say 60 degrees above the horizon. quite a bright light.
Yep. What else can we do? Sharpness. Turn that off. What's that do? Screwed it up. Let's see. Oh, what's gone crazy? Sharpen. There's got to be a bug in the program, surely. Film grain. Blending.
Moving to the west.
Brightness
It's
threshold.
about, I'd say 60 degrees above the horizon.
That's not much good, is it?
Quite a bright light.
Can't beat taking a snapshot and doing it that way. Okay, get a snapshot. Definitely atmospherics, and it's creating various colours going through the atmosphere there. But we got no idea how far up it is and all that. So I reckon these are Chinese lanterns in the distance, and this one drifted over this direction closer to him. That's what I think. What does he say? So how did you get that other picture that we're looking at here? How did you get that one? Was that taken with the camera? Let's just save that one and see if it's got any metadata. Where's my snapshots gone? Where's my snapshots? Oh, right, they are there. The pings, that was a JPEG. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Let's again check out the information. Exit IF. And what have we got? Samsung. So it is a picture. Photograph box of it, I think. F number 1.5 ISO, which is to do with the lighting, isn't it? 1250. And that's it, is it? 3 in the morning almost. I'm reading that there. 2106. All. And it's a 12 megapixel camera at 4000 by 3000. You times those two numbers there, gets you the megapixels of the camera. Okay, so it's got shutter value, aperture value, and all that there. So it's definitely a real photograph. And that came out a lot different, didn't it, than the video. And it's still out of focus. But yeah, I think we're looking at Chinese lanterns sort of from underneath on that angle. I'll just put it into the editor and brighten it up. What do you think out there? Ken, you got a battery problem. You're watching it on your phone. It can't be very much fun watching on the phone. Could be satellites. I don't think so. Because you can see they're flickering quite rapidly. Satellites tend to flash, like iridium satellites as they spin and seem to flash not so fast. So I'll just zoom in on that. So you can see it's gone high up here. And where's the other lights? They disappeared, right? They're not in the photograph at all. In fact, let's just create a new image there to start with. Let's just go back to this one. And do a brightness on that one. And see if we can see any stars or anything. And you can see there's not much popping out. Here we go. There we start to see it, but we had to really amp up the brightness. And are they all stars here? Or is it just noise? So it's a bit hard to tell because we got no reference points. Some of them are going to be stars, I think, and some are going to be noise. Let's try swapping the colours. And you can see straight away there's a lot of multicoloured greys and whites in this object here being changed to different colours. But it's not really revealing anything at that level. But you can see there it looked like a genuine picture anyway. No blobs to say it was edited. Why is it not selecting? Let's make that bigger. I'm going to have to get going in a minute, guys. We did quite a lot tonight. These is more to do Saturday. Again, we didn't do many MUFON stuff. See, I see that as an opening, and that's the actual where the candle was, and you can see it sort of connects across here. And I've seen this is like a paper balloon, like rice paper or whatever they use. That's sort of all crinklied. And you can see here when you do that, you got some gas, which is probably from the flame of the candle that's sort of bleeding out and going around the edge of the balloon. And you see you got that sort of typical fire balloon Chinese lantern shape happening there. Alright, I'll leave that one there. What else did I get? I get ones off the video, didn't I? Which are not going to be this good quality, but we'll get some comparisons. Drag it to the front. So let's get Chinese lantern. I lost the side chat. Why did I click that one? Sorry about that. Alright, so we got some Chinese lantern images. We want we don't want those ones. Chinese lanterns maybe. There we go. See, this is close to what we've got. Different angles of fire balloons. You can see it's got that classic shape happening and the circle at the bottom. So if I save that one, did I say save link as an image? Yeah. Yes. I want to save image. If it will let us. Save image. Okay. So where is it? So I want to grab that one there probably. Although some of these further ones away probably is good. See what we can do. Probably not the right one. Still needs to go around. Needs to go further this direction, which we can't rotate it. So that one's not going to be much good. But you can see here's the opening I'm talking about here. And we're looking further around this direction. If you can imagine rotating it in your head this way. And we're looking underneath. Because when we enhanced it a wee bit better, we actually got a better shape as well. I'll just get rid of that one again. Let's see. I'll just brighten it up a bit. Was it not working? Something's gone wrong. Yeah, what's gone wrong? Select all maybe. It's not working. Is it because we've got layer? Alright, we've got a layer over top of it. Invisible layer. There we go. Deselect. There we go. Brightness, contrast. It's glitching. I need a faster computer. Here we go. That looks looking better. It's been overexposed. So why is it not in color though? Let's go slow, doing crazy things. There we go. Now, so can we get one that's more underneath? I don't think there was any in that picture there. No. Apart from this one here. That's more in the right direction. Oh, let's try that one. Now look. It's gone to Sleepville. So for it's rotated around the other direction this time. It's close. But it's really... yeah, I don't know. I need to come this direction still. But you can see what I'm trying to get at there. And you can see how it fades off here. This also fades off in a real close-up HD image. Sort of matches up, right? So the flame lights up really at the bottom here, but gets less and less around the top. It's definitely a Chinese lantern. Anyway, I suppose we got to leave it there for tonight, guys. I've got to walk the dog. Dogs always come first. As if they haven't gone to bed already. Got to walk him as he's a nuisance. He wants his quota. Okay, so yeah, we'll just leave it there. So, where did we get to? Just make a note. We didn't get very far, did we? 1, 2, 3, 4 images. And UFO stalker. And not sure what we're looking here. Clouds. Alright, that's where we were last Saturday, I think, down here. So we get down to these ones this coming Saturday, hopefully. And that one there. But I really got to get going. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some work on those ones. Anyway, see how we go. We'll do another one Saturday, and then we've got Robert Sunday. And I want to talk about that one too, I think. What was that one about? Airships. Oh, that was about the Wilson documents. So we're going to cover some of that again on the weekend. Okay, so that's it. We'll say good night to you all, and thank you for the donation, Charles. And yeah, you're going as well. Good. Go and have your lunch. Must be getting to lunchtime, is it? What's that? 11. Oh, yeah, it must be 12 o'clock where you are, is it? Ken, thank you for joining us. Renee, I think, disappeared. Ken, Shelley. Who else did we have drop by? Plex. And Chemical. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, he left early, didn't he? So yeah, regulars. So thank you guys, and I'll catch you again on the next live show. Unless I get really bored, I might do another one. Who knows? Good night. Is it coming up? It looks like it. Yeah, it was a strange disconnect we had here tonight though, wasn't it? It was really strange. We've not had that before for a long time. It's like Google lost connection with my streaming software. I thought maybe they had terminated me for saying something that I said wrong or something. Let me end the stream.